Hey people, and welcome to Reddit Life. And today for our first video we have the world's worst mother-in-law stories. So buckle up, it's a wild ride. And our first story for this video is the wedding competition. My mother-in-law has always been weirdly competitive. We get engaged, she gets engaged to her longtime significant other. Cool, more happiness to go around. I'm definitely not a bridezilla, we were sincerely happy for her. The trouble started once we began wedding planning. She kept on encouraging us to elope or choose a small venue for an intimate wedding of 10 to 20 guests. She professed that young people should save their money to start a life together. Sound advice if you have the right motives. She, on the other hand, wanted her wedding to be a big gala event. At the time, my husband was working a contract that required 2 weeks of travel every month. The contract ended in September and we wanted to wait to get married. We settled on the first week of October because we live in a cold climate and I didn't want to worry about the weather. Well, guess who already booked a venue for the first weekend in October? Never mind that she hadn't even settled on a date when we spoke the day before. Suspicious. Then the drama starts. Apparently, if we get married in the same month, nobody will go to her wedding because it will be too much cost and travel to do both. She would be devastated if certain people didn't come to her real wedding because the one to my father-in-law was fake apparently. So we decide to settle on a day in mid-November instead. This should be the end of the story, right? We caved, she can be happy now, but no, early September we get a call. She's eloped. So much for needing family there. At this point it was too late for us to move anything, so we kept the November date. To add insult, she didn't even bother coming to our wedding. She accidentally booked her honeymoon for that week. Looking back, I think she knew she couldn't afford to outshine us, so she did everything she could to sabotage. It worked. A large chunk of our guests were stuck at a truck stop due to a major snowstorm. Ugh. All I can say to this is never deviate from your plans. You have your wedding on the date that you want, and whoever wants to come to your wedding will come to your wedding. Whoever doesn't, doesn't. If you don't compromise, then at least one of you's happy. And for the second story on this video, we have my boyfriend's mum invited her co-worker over who has a crush on my boyfriend. Oh dear, sounds like a fun evening. My boyfriend, 24 male, and I, 24 female, have been together for 5 years. His mother and I have a complicated relationship. I'm a people pleaser, so even when I'm uncomfortable in a situation, I sometimes let things happen when I should speak up for myself. My boyfriend's mum's co-worker once texted him and she said, "I wanted to text you because I think you're handsome. I like you. I know you have a girlfriend, but I don't give an F about her." Nice. I never expected to meet this co-worker until his mother was having a birthday party and invited us. This night his mother's co-worker called her and said she was coming over. So his mother said to me, "I just wanted to let you know that my co-worker is coming over and she has a crush on my son. She says she has a man, but I don't know." Well, I said as long as it's not said co-worker, because I don't like her. And she said, "I can't be insecure and it shouldn't be a problem." So I explained the situation and she said, "Well, honestly, I love both of you like daughters and I feel either one of you would make a good girlfriend or wife for my son." This was weird in itself because I've been with this man for 5 years and this woman came out of nowhere. The girl shows up and they're introducing us to each other and they forgot my name for like 6 minutes. Unfortunately, my boyfriend was out at the store. The girl arrived at the house at 5 p.m. and she didn't leave until 12 a.m. His mother even had the woman sit next to me. My boyfriend came back from the store and he was like a hermit. He wasn't speaking to anyone because he didn't know what to do. He dropped the ball, I know. Later he told me he thought I would snap on him and he didn't want to do that. But I told him he'd handled it all wrong. It was uncomfortable and the whole time I literally didn't talk. I wanted to leave but I sat at the table and I read my book. I decided to ask my mum and friends for advice via text, and they all said to just leave. So my mum booked me a hotel room and I briefly explained everything to my boyfriend about why I was leaving, whilst also expressing my disappointment in him for not handling things properly. I told him that I would pick him up from his mum's house before driving back home. I wanted him to stay at his mum's birthday, but he said nope, his mum knew about the situation with her co-worker and she should never have invited her over if we were there. He said he didn't understand why she had done this and he didn't want to stay. He talked to his mum before leaving and she got mad and started crying. When we got to the hotel, we received a lot of texts from his mother snapping out, calling me a child and much more. I didn't reply. I also got messages from the co-worker on Facebook. She said I disrespected her, the co-worker, by leaving my boyfriend's mum's house and making my boyfriend leave and not letting him stay for his mum's birthday. She told me I was just a piece of vagina to him, his mother liked her better and she could take him from me if she felt like it. My mother advised me not to respond and to let him handle it. My boyfriend wants me and his mum to have a conversation and I told him I was willing to, but she told him that I'm childish, she doesn't like me and she has no desire to speak to me. On Facebook she's begun writing indirect statuses about me. He's since been back to his mother's house, but his family sided with her and lectured him about how he was wrong to leave with me and for not attending his mother's birthday. They also don't fault the co-worker because they said she was just defending his mother. The woman was there again the last time he went to his mother's and he wouldn't speak to her, or if he did, he put her in her place every time. He's also established some boundaries with his mother, but of course he needs to do more. He blocked the co-worker originally, but briefly unblocked her to go off on her and he told her never ever to speak to me again. His mother got wind of it and she went off on him and told him that she was disappointed in him and that she didn't raise him that way. I told him to refuse to go back to his mother's house or deal with her until we can talk this out. Everyone thinks that I shouldn't speak to her until she apologises, but we want to get engaged soon and I don't know how this could affect us. Guys, that's quite a sticky one, but as far as I'm concerned, I think that she needs a full apology. And I also think it's clear the mother-in-law doesn't like her at all and she's been encouraging this co-worker into going out with her son. Probably she feels he's a better fit, but something very strange is afoot, I'm sure. But I don't believe the co-worker would suddenly decide she's the best one for her son without some encouragement from the mother-in-law. What do you guys think? Put your comments down below. I'm very suspicious of this mother-in-law and I think she engineered the whole thing. The only thing she was angry about was that the son went to the hotel as well and didn't stay for her birthday. So guys, let me know what you think down below. I'd be very interested to hear. And our final story for this week is my fiance's family ruined our engagement party. My fiance and I are getting married in December. We're both 20 and we've been together since the age of 16. We're young but we are independent and we're in a very healthy relationship. Anyway, his family calls our young marriage unorthodox, but will happily support other family members who are 20 with 3 children by different baby daddies. Our engagement party was February the 1st and my fiance's family owns a youth centre and they allowed us to have it there. I never had a positive relationship with them and you could say we have a mutual dislike for each other. I spent hundreds of dollars on decor, a cake and a treat table, and my mother took the day off work. She's a teacher so it's a big deal to have a sub come in. Just 3 days before the party, someone who works for the family but not the family told us they had another huge event going on the same day at the same time. We had to cancel 100 guests' plans. His family did not apologise or even speak to us about it. And when I say they, I mean his grandmother and his uncle. She even tried to pull the "I told you about it, you must not have remembered." This broke my heart and my fiance broke down about not feeling supported by them. I want to know if it would be horrible if I don't want to invite them to come to our wedding. They are important family members, but they really ruined such a big event in our life that I won't ever have the chance to celebrate again. So what do you guys think? I think they were definitely out of order in cancelling the engagement party. But I also think that this lady should consider her boyfriend's feelings. Maybe he wants them to come anyway. I think if it were my wedding, I'd invite them, but I'd sit them at a table right at the back. So please let me know what you think in comments down below. And if you have any terrible mother-in-law stories of your own, please let us know in comments. I'd be really interested to hear. So thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe to our channel for regular videos, and please comment down below to let us know which other topics you'd be interested to hear about. This is Reddit Life, and I'll see you all soon.